What would a school look like if it was designed by a 5-year-old? I bet it would look something like this. So Tim, what did you set out to do here?
Iolani is one of the oldest schools in America. We were founded in 1863 by the royal family. We're one of the largest schools, but we also want to maintain a really small school community feel. So we set out to make an education space for our keiki, our youngest students, that was a true reflection of the heart of Iolani School.
Marie, you were the architect on this project.
Yes.
Quite the brief.
I have had easier projects to design, let me tell you. This one is very special. So, Mike, when you think of a school, this is what we think of. All the buildings in a row, and they're sort of looking out at this expansive lawn. But if you're 5 or 6 years old, that's pretty daunting. So we took that straight line and we bent it around a playground. And we actually put the classrooms in the little nooks. And play becomes one of the key components to learning. This is a very special playground. Oh, and here are the children.
Wow, look at you go. Do you like playing here?
Yeah,
Yeah, what do you like about it?
climbing on the logs behind you. Because it's balancing.
Balancing, you're right, and you're doing a good job of balancing. What do you like?
I like the water fountain and I like the logs.
You know, the beauty of natural playground is it's both physical and mentally engaging. So you don't know what's going to happen every day. You've got to get your friends together. You've got to come up with a story of what you're going to do. It's kind of wonderful life experience.
Mel, there was a cultural consideration here as well.
Yeah. So the traditional Hawaiian word for a village is a kauhale. And in the kauhale, every building had a specific purpose for the family. Hale'au, for example, is the cloud house. Every house is associated with a feature in the natural environment.
Okay, so hale mauna?
Mauna is the word for mountains. And so similarly, the children can look into the background and see our mountains, and then they can also see those features displayed on the grill in the front of their hale.
So Taylor, 2 of your students created this work.
Yes, Ashley and Ellie from the class of 2018. They're both interested in architecture. They spent the year designing and fabricating these panels as well as the trees in our first grade classrooms.
Okay, so they graduated a while ago. The question is, are they working in design now?
I'm happy to say they are. Both of them are out there doing architecture and design work.
Fantastic. Tim, this is a lovely little space here.
Yes, you know, we have 2 separate classrooms, but this is such a connector between the 2. When we were talking about building the space, we talked about relationships and how relationships are the most important thing in education, between the teacher, the students, between the students, also between the students and where they come to learn. We wanted to create something that was playful, whimsical, happy, felt like a friend, felt like family, you know, and we can see it right here. At this age, it's all about creating a passion for learning. So the more we can reinforce with the space and instill a love of learning and reading and writing, the better we are as a school. One of the wonderful things that the architects accomplished for us was to create multiple learning spaces for each classroom. We got the classroom. This is the messy space, right? We do project-based learning. We call it the messy space. Project-based learning, science, art, birthdays. There's a full kitchen in here. And then it goes right out onto our backyard. It's really wonderful what the architects accomplished for us.
Marie, I can see that you really did have a 5-year-old in mind when you designed all this.
Well, of course, Mike, it's the first time that many of them are in a formal learning environment and they're transitioning from their home. So we actually created something that feels more like a house. Part of that is creating a front lanai.
Okay, like a patio.
A patio, and a side lanai, and a backyard. And this is home language, it's organic.
And budget.
Yes.
I've got to say, this looks like there was no expense spared.
Okay, so it worked. I don't know if you ever noticed, but the most expensive part of the project, the classrooms, are actually straight walls. Did you ever feel that?
Okay, I didn't really. I mean, I've got an overwhelming feeling of curves.
That is why we created this mid-tier. There's exterior and there's interior, And there's mid-tier. We live in the tropics. This becomes the third learning space. But most importantly, no matter where you're coming from and entering the building, there is not a single straight line when you enter. It's always curved.
Making play central to the learning experience of a small child. Creating mid-tiers. Having the older students design and fabricate some of the elements. These are just some of the clever secrets to the success of this exceptional project. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more every week.